Alright, 6th graders, lesson 52, mentally dividing decimal numbers by 10 and 100. Let's do a little bit of review here. When we multiply by 1, our number really doesn't change at all. And so when we're dividing here today by 10 and 100, our number is not going to change. What's going to change is the decimal place. So just like when I multiply by 10 or multiply by 100, I'm going to have a 3, and because there's 1 0 here, I'm going to have 1 0. 3 times 100, I'll have 3, and then 2 zeros because there's 2 zeros over here. So I've moved the decimal place, in this case 2 places. I moved it from here 2 scoops to over here, and that equals 300. So we're going to apply that same principle to division. Alright, in the first part we see here we've got 12.2 divided by 10, and over here we've got 12.5 divided by 100. Okay. In each case, the quotient over here, or the quotient in here, has the same number of digits, and what we're looking at here is the shift in the division, in the position of the decimal. So in each situation here, the decimal is going to stay in the exact same position. We're going to put that up above. So in the first one, 10 goes into 12 one time. 12 minus 10 is 2. Bring down the 5. 10 goes into 25 2 times. That will be 20. Subtract that. That'll be 5. I'm going to have to add to my line there. I'm going to have to add a 0 here. Bring this down. 10 will go into 50 5 times. So what you can see is this number right here, 1.25, is the same 3 digits as we see right here, 1, 2, and 5. We've just moved the decimal. Let's go over to this problem over here, and let's do the same thing, and what we'll see again is the same 3 digits will be up here. We'll just have adjusted where the decimal is. So 100 does not go into 1, it does not go into 12, so we'll put a 0 there, but it goes into 125 one time. We subtract, that'll be 25. I'm going to have to add a 0 here to bring down. We'll elongate that line. 100 will go into 250 2 times, so that'll be 200. That equals 50. I'm going to have to add another 0 here to bring down, and 100 will go into 500 5 times. So again, you can see that this number here is exactly the same as in here, but the decimals have moved. Now we can do things a little bit easier. If I did 12.5 divided by 10, or I did 12.5 divided by 100, so the same 2 problems we just had, but in this case, because I'm writing it this way, it might be a little bit more obvious to us that this has got 1 decimal place and this has got 2 zeros over here. I'm sorry, and this has 1 0 over here. So that tells us how many places we have to move the decimal. Because we're dividing, we want our number to get smaller, so our decimals are always going to move to the left when we divide. So let's go ahead and move those decimals in this first one. I've got a 10 right here, so I'm going to move it the decimal 1 place. So I'll do that, move it 1 right there, and it will end up being between the 1. So I'll have in the 2, so I'll have 1.25. And down in this one down here, I've got 100, so I've got 2 decimals, or 2 zeros, so I'm going to move the decimal place 2 scoops. So 1, 2, that's where my new decimal will be, so I'll have 0 point, because the decimal is right here in front of the 1, 0.125. So again, in both of these here, I've got the same 3 digits. It's just all depends on where we see the decimal. Let's take a look at example 1 here. 37.5 divided by 10. Move decimal one place here. So I get 3.75. I moved it one place to the right or to the left because I'm dividing, so I want my number to get smaller. So I had 37.5 and now I have 3.75. Same 3 digits, but the decimal is in a different place and this number is smaller, which is what we want. Alright, example 2, 3.75 divided by 100. Again, we can see here that we've got 2 zeros, therefore I'm going to move the decimal 2 places, doing division. So I want to move the decimal to the left. I want that number to get smaller. So 1, 2, even though there's no number right here, I still have the scoop down here, and of course I'm going to fill that in with a 0. So my answer over here will be 0.0375, and that number is smaller than 3.75, the number we started with. That makes sense. When we divide, we should get a smaller number most of the time, not always in math. And in this case, we had to fill in that space there with a 0, and we also added 1 over here in front of the decimal. That's it for today. You can get started on your lesson practice.